Hey guys, just thought I'd jump on. So yeah, didn't get out this weekend. I was hoping to get out for a bit of a camp, but Saturday night was looking at rain, sleet, snow in the morning with about 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, which from a photography point of view just isn't worth it. So decided to give it a miss. So what I thought I'd do is just show you. I've got a new bit of equipment. So picked up the new Kuiu Storm Star 2. So yeah, 4 season tent. So I thought I want to get out this year and get some nice wintry, snowy shots with the stars. So currently got the MSR Elixir 2 and 3, so I've got the 2 and 3 man version, but yeah, just want something a bit more durable for the winter, especially with the snow, etc. So absolutely phenomenal deal on a 4 season tent. You know, predominantly 4 season tents can be quite expensive. This one was on sale and it was half price. I think a lot of people into wild camping picked this one up. So yeah, it's looks fantastic. So I'm just going to go grab it now. Let's get it set up and have a quick look. So here it is, the Kuiu Stormstar 2. Got this out the other day in the house. You know, boys and their toys, can't wait and all that. Looks great. A bit tight in the living room, so I thought I'd give it a setup. Yeah, grass is a bit wet, but hey ho. Yeah, so like I said, I wanted to get this out the weekend, but like I said, just for me, you know, I go wild camping to get some, you know, either astrophotography sets, sunrise, sunsets, and the conditions weren't there. You know, it was going to be, you know, blanket cloud, and like I said, when it's sleet and rain with 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, it's just, for me, it's not fun, and it's not what I go out there to do. So anyway, so let's have a quick look at this. So it's all nicely packed for you guys. So inside we've got the DAC poles, so 9mm I think they are, nice and strong. Got the pegs, got 2 different lengths within there as well, but I'll show you them in a bit. I'll see if I can pop the specs of this tent either on the screen or below in the description. But yeah, so like I said, wraps up, I think it's about 2.5 kilos, so it's very similar to the MSR Elixir 2 I have, I think, in terms of weight. Obviously this is just a 4-season tent though. Pretty straightforward to set up, sorry. So like I said, it's all in one. So let me just get these poles set up ready. They're all colour coded as well, so it does make life a little bit easier. So there you go, pole setup. Got 2 the same length, and you get this one then, as you can see there, got a black tip, so you can identify that one over the cross poles. So simply find your corners. They've actually got slots that they slip in to keep them obviously nice and steady in those high winds. Just feed those into the corner. They are a bit fiddly, like I say, it's a bit new, so it is, everything's a bit tight at the moment, but should loosen up a little bit, I would suspect. So like most tents, just got the little clips that clip on, give you that shape. Did this last time as well. Just when you're feeding the pole, just make sure this cloth band of sorts, it's obviously to help it taut out sideways. Make sure it's tucked underneath the poles and under the tent itself. made exactly the same mistake last time when I did this, so yeah, just got to keep an eye on that. Same for the cross pole now, so again it just has one of those pouches you just slot in on the side, get that slotted in, put it over, too close to the hedge. Should do shuffle over a little bit. It is a freestanding tent, so yeah. So there she is. What do you guys think? I actually ordered the grey in this just because they had sold out of the red. I much prefer the red. I like a brighter tint. Obviously if something happens and you need to be found, I like to have a bit of a bright colour. I know a lot of people like the greens and stuff to blend in, but that's not for me personally. I like bright colours. You can see from my coat, you know, if something happens, I just want that visibility, especially when I go camping with my son. It's just you just never know, do you? So, but fortunately, I actually commented on a group. I think it was the Lakes, and a gentleman reached out to me and asked if I wanted the red one. So we actually met and swapped. I had to order the grey just because it was all that was in stock. It was just too good of a tent to pass up on the sale, and I didn't want to risk the sale ending and me not ordering one, so I went for the grey. Fortunately, like I said, I managed to swap. So yeah, I think this will look fantastic with some astrophotography, some astro shots, the Milky Way. So yeah, can't wait for that. So let's just get some pegs in, stake it out a little bit, and yeah, let's take a look. So like I said, these are the pegs. So you got, like I said, two lengths with this tent. I'm just going to chuck the shorter ones in for now, just because why not. But there we go. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best pitch in the world. Like I said, it's the first time setting this up properly, so as you can see, we've got a bit of this flapping at the moment. It just come with practice. Putting this tent up took me a few goes to get it right with the elixirs. So, but otherwise, yeah, like I said, you can see. What I'll do is just give you a bit of a walk around. There he goes, guys. I just thought I'd give you a quick walk around. Like I said, it's not the most perfect pitch in the world, but like I said, a bit of practice, and yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, like I said, plenty of guy lines around, so if you have got particularly high winds, you get them staked out. There's a closer look at the clips I was talking about. Like I said, they are quite fiddly, and I suspect in the cold weather they are going to cause some problems, but otherwise, what a great looking tent, really is. Yeah, really pleased with that. Let's have a quick look inside. Right, so that's the door open, so let's go inside. That's it. Yeah, seems nice. So plenty of pouches on the side and the corners. I think you've got some down this end as well. And there. What a lot of people do buy is, you can see these toggles and elastic. You can get a netting up there. Again, Kuiu charge for that. I'm not sure why. Just suspect that would be thrown in most tents, but can't hold it against it for that. One thing a lot of people do complain about is on the inside of this tent. like I said, you do have toggles to tie this door up. If I just show you, so as you can see there, where the door's rolled up, toggle is right down the bottom there. A lot of people say, oh, when you know this will unravel, but I don't know. I've rolled it quite tight and pulled that in tight. Maybe I'm wrong, and like I said, I will get proven wrong, but for me that just feels like it seems okay. Maybe it's different in the wind, I don't know. But yeah, quite chuffed with this. Looks a nice tent. So we do have little zips here either side, so they're going to let in bit of air, help with condensation. You've got vents on either end of the tent. You've got one of those zips on either side. So yeah, looks good. But yeah, otherwise pretty impressed. I think that's the narrow end. I think it does say this is the head end. That's the feet end, so it is slightly narrow at the one end. One thing I do need to get for this is the ground sheet. I think the ground sheet is an extra £70 if I remember rightly, so I think I will invest that. I got it on the Elixir just to help keep the bottom nice. But what I have noticed is that by the doors here, they are a lot higher than my Elixir, so it's proper basing bottom on these, so yeah, should keep things out nicely. What you can also do as well, if I just show you here, so these are doors, but they are you can open them. If I just open this bit here, so you can just open this cloth. So if you just want the doors open, maybe in a hotter day, you have got the mesh there to stop the bugs coming in, so it's quite nice. But yeah, overall very impressed. So yeah, just going on for the sleep setup. So I've got what's called a 4-class insulated mat. I think they're just the Decathlon brand, so they weren't expensive. I think it was something like £70 or £80, and it's like an R3.54. It's made a massive difference. Never really had an insulated mat before, always just had, you know, an inflatable, but yeah, what a difference. Obviously if I do go to some really low temperatures, I may get a different mat and up the R value a little bit. But I partner that with the Outkit Sky High 900 sleeping bag, down sleeping bag with a comfort rating of something like -11. I've got to say, I absolutely love the Outkit bags. I recommend them to people. I've got one for myself, one for my son. I've got a summer bag from them as well, and they're just great bits of kit, and I think they're really good value for money. I think, you know, if you looked at some of the other brands like, you know, Rab Mountain Equipment, etc., I'm sure the quality is a little bit better. You know, I've probably had no doubt about that. But if you look at the what the comfort temperature would be for, I think the Sky High at the moment is about £240. So I think, yeah, if you compare that to some of the other bags, you know, you'd be looking at probably comfort rating of 0, maybe above, really. Like I said, I'm sure there's a quality difference, but I think for value for money, the Outkit bags, I should say, fantastic bags. So yeah, that's my kind of sleeping setup. Like I said, hopefully get out soon and test this tent. Like I said, you know, I do see snow on the mountains. Dead keen to get out there and have a go. Like I said, just for me, the conditions for doing a bit of photography need to be right as well. So bit of patience, I suppose, but when you get a new tent, it's nice to get out there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed.